Okay, the next stage I'm going to go is start creating some other views here now. So I'll just zoom out a little bit more, pan that up a bit, and I'm just going to select my floor plan. Now, without selecting a piece of text or a grid line, I'm looking around for somewhere else that hasn't got a grid line or text or some other scrapbook item on top of it. So maybe this wall here. This wall here is just a wall in the plan and nothing else. So if I select on top of that, it has selected the plan. Now I'm going to go Control C to copy that to my clipboard. Windows clipboard will now have a copy of that in place. And then I'm going to go Control V, and that's going to paste another copy of that same plan right on top of the same place. So just wait for my Windows wait symbol to sort of stop there for a little while. If you've got an hourglass, just give it a little time to sort of get that copy all sorted into the program. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to move that copy down the page somewhat, change the view then to the elevation view, and then we've got an elevation view on our page. So it should be ready just in a second here. Okay, so I've now got an extra copy. Now you might even notice actually that the text on the drawing has disappeared. That's because this new copy of the floor plan is sitting on top of that text and blocking it out. So the one that's selected at the moment will be the last one that you brought in. So I'm going to come across until I've got a move symbol for that, and I'm just going to move that, press and drag, and move that view further down the page into a different location. Now, when I've got it there in that location, or in any away location, we won't even try and get it in the exact location just for now, I'm then going to change to the SketchUp model. Just close down Textile and Scrapbook for the moment, open up SketchUp model, and while that model's the one that's been selected, I'm going to drop down the scenes and change that to the north elevation. Which has reminded me of something. North, we haven't changed the north point on the title block yet. This north point on the title block now is a standalone block all of its own. So, well, hang on, I'll just hold that thought for a minute because this is selected at the moment. So I'm going to change its scale to 1:100, making sure we've got preserve scale on resize, and then I'm just going to simply stretch out the sides and crop the sides in just the same as we did last time. So come in on top of the sides. They're not looking too bad front and from the side, so it looks like I just need to change the top and the bottom. So get to the bottom, and I'm just going to bring it up to about there. Wait for that to happen, and I'll do the same from the top. Grab the top and take the top down to just above the roof. Okay, that didn't seem to happen for me, so I'll just go back and do that again. So I've copied a copy of the floor plan down now. I've then changed it to the elevation view, and then also copied the view title down and changed the name of the view title. Now, the other thing we needed to do, of course, remember our north point in our title block, pointing straight up the page. We'll select it, and we get the rotate arm, and there's a center point where it's going to rotate about, and then off to the side you get a rotate arm. I'm going to be able to rotate that right around 180 degrees the other direction. Get it all nice and square, and then let it go at that point there. So we've rotated our north point in place. Then the next thing, maybe we could do a bit of embellishment to this elevation view. So I'll just zoom in on the elevation view down here, and we'll go and have a look at what the scrapbook's got to offer for that. So in a view something like this, I'll just pan that across now, another flip of view up. In this view I'll open up, I'll just close down the SketchUp model now and open up Scrapbook, and I'm going to have a look for the cars again. And remember, I think we did the 1/8 equals 1 foot scale. I think it was for 1:100. It looks like it's 1/8. That one, that's that one. So we'll just try that one anyway, and I'm going to, that's where we're doing the hybrid, I think, detailed. Might even go for the simple one and see what the simple one looks like this time. Oh no, I might go back to the detailed, I think. And we went for the 1/8 equals 1 foot. So I'll do a front elevation view of the car this time. It looks like it might be the rear elevation. Try the other one. Front elevation view of the car then, and park that in the carport. Probably want to have a look at some people now in an elevation view, so let's open up people. And there's lots of different pages of people, of course, once again, and we want, I'll just drop down the selector there. Small metric detail, let's have a look at what they look like. Small metric detail, we've got some 1:100 people to look at through here. So I'll have a look at what this one, that'll look okay, and we'll put her near the front door somewhere. Comes in, maybe on that side of the front door. Okay, some trees. I'd like to keep my trees simple on this particular set of documents. Trees in elevation. So let's see what ones we've got. We've got some geometric shapes. They might be alright, but you can have a look and see whichever ones you'd like to use in your particular model. And you've also, of course, got the opportunity then to send that behind or leave it in front. And I might even put a couple of them in and change the scale of one of them. Okay, now I'm starting to see I need more of a ground line happening here, and that's okay, I can do that too. I might even just pick up my line tool and change the shape style. Change the shape style to something fairly heavy to ground this, so maybe even something like 10 point. And I'm just going to draw at ground line, which would be around about here. I'll just start at that end point there. Well, you don't want an arrow on it, but that's okay. I can have it select. I can go back and select it now and get rid of that arrow, and then I'm going to stretch its length out. So the start arrow we wanted is nothing. Check effect in a second, there we go, and then I'll grab its length, stretch it out. Now because of the thickness of the line it's too high, I'll have to just nudge that down a couple of steps so it comes down to the bottom of the slab. Maybe one more I'm waiting for. Just do that once more, and I'll select out of that and zoom back out, and there's my elevation view. Just lost my view off the screen for the moment. There we go. Okay, so you could continue along in that vein to set up the rest of the views on that drawing that you wanted to set up. Remembering, just once you've got one view there, simply select it, copy it to the clipboard, then move it down, and then change the view type and change the title, etc. I'll just stop the video here.